Good afternoon from Western Australia. Bill Quinn here from the Norseman Hotel. Not the Norseman, that would be, did you write in on that Norseman? Well, yes I did. His name's Sven and it was delightful. Norseman. It's in the goldfields, end of the woodlands, start of the goldfields. As soon as we go north from here, I'll be heading up towards Coolgardie. I was going to stop at Widgie Milter for lunch. I was going to stop in at the Denver City Hotel. I might still be able to. I was going to get to Southern Cross by this evening, but guess what? I don't have to. I haven't booked anything because every time I think I could book, and I no, don't go more than 3 hours ahead to make plans, because you know well enough that a bee can fart in Bolivia and that can change my whole plans. Chaos theory with a capital K. So here I am in Norseman, and this is one of my favourite pubs in the world. It's my 4th time I've been here this year. On every trip, even if I'm not stopping off, I come in here and have at least one beer. And there's 2 amazing hospos at the moment I've been dealing with, and so it's been good. Although I had one, and I was just going to finish it quickly and then get on the road. Now that is a 0.0, because I'm not sure at this stage how much further I'm going today. Is that, yeah, that's my vehicle out there. I think you might be able to just see the duck. However, while I was standing here, this is a heritage building. The things that I've seen done to heritage buildings around the country, that if I were back in my 2 heritage buildings in which I worked in Canberra, we're talking national, this might be state heritage, I'm not sure. But if some of the things that were done, and I've stayed in so many in South Australia, one a few nights ago, I've stayed here, and when I see some things that are done to the heritage building, you think, well, firstly, good Lord, if you were in Canberra, that would be a come and see HR and pack your things up in a box and we'll go on with your life. Until you think, yeah, it's a heritage building, but even in the days when it could have qualified for a heritage building, it was full of, and is again, full of miners, construction workers, tradies, and they don't go around making sure that they've got their slip-ons or their gloves when they touch certain things. They don't walk around, tippy-toe around the building thinking, I can't put blue tack up there because that's heritage paint. No, it wasn't. It was restored about 3 months ago. So, I don't get upset except that there's a certain type of behaviour, and there's 2 types of people in this world. There's 8.5 billion types, but for the purposes of this exercise, there are 2 types of people. There are those who gently shut a door as you go through it if you know it's on a big, like this morning at Balladonia, my fly screen door would go slam, and it would make a noise. Now, as it happened, there was only one other person in the motel rooms around there, and so it wasn't a big issue. It might have gone crack and gone straight across the road, up the hill to the caravan park, and they might be thinking, geez, I wish that guy, was he born in a tent? Can't he just shut it properly? So I'm a bit of the I'll just shut it properly person. By the way, I'm talking as coherently as I can, because one thing that's raising my blood pressure is that Bridget McKenzie is talking to, who's that cock who does the afternoon briefing, the absolute cock. And I don't usually use absolute, but he's an absolute cock. There's 2 of them. One's gone to Channel 9, but the cock that's still here and doing afternoon briefing, he's being a cock and he's talking with Bridget McKenzie. So it's past 3, it's between 3 p.m. and 4 p.m. over on the East Coast. It's currently, no, it's after 4, because if this is live and it's 26 minutes past 1 here, then it must be 26 minutes past 4 over on the East Coast. So he's doing background briefing at 4 p.m, I guess, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m, I don't know. He's a dick. Bridget McKenzie is, I'm not going to say that she's corrupt and that she's should be in jail. That's for others to say, and they have. So allegedly, she's very corrupt. Allegedly. Senator Bridget McKenzie. You should see what she's wearing. When you're being a total asshole in political sphere at 4:25 and you're parking cars outside the Hyatt Canberra in the afternoon from the evening for the grab a granny night at the Hyatt Hotel, and she is being this show, oh my God, if you want to lose all faith in ABC Australia, in ABC TV, in our political landscape, watch a background briefing talking without irony about deportations in America and whatever she was talking about, deregulation of transport, travel or something. Just as I said, you'll lose faith. You'll lose faith in humanity, and you'll definitely lose faith in whatever's going on there. So there's a story about that thing. I wanted to capture it rather than do the whole, excuse me? Basically, I called her a Karen. She called me a fucking bastard, and that it'll catch up with me and all this sort of stuff, all because I suggested mildly to her that you don't have to let a door slam. She then asked me if I owned this establishment, basically saying, unless you own it, I can fucking do what I fucking like. And I replied with, I am a citizen of the world. She